That works. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Delighted to be here. It's a bit emotional, actually, because it's great to have a bit of a touch of the old world, coming back 2 years before, and being in front of an audience. That's really, really nice feeling. So my name is Sebastien Marotte. I'm going to switch a bit in the French accent. I am running our business for Box in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And today, what I want to do, actually, we do have half an hour. What I want to try is to time this half an hour so that maybe I use the first 15-20 minutes to give you an outlook of what is cloud content and how do we help organizations at Box to run their businesses in this new kind of exciting world. And maybe spend 10 minutes actually for Q&A and conversations if that works. I'll be also with Kim from Box. She has been at Box for 7 years, so she knows everything about the company. Because as far as I'm concerned, I just joined the company 5 months ago. But I'm really excited actually to share everything that we are doing and how we can help your organization again. So again, I mean, there is not, I guess, a single presentation you're going to see in a conference in the next coming 6 months where we are not going to talk about what's going on in the markets. And honestly and candidly, before joining Box, I had a chance to start pretty much from scratch the Google Cloud business 10 years ago. And I remember 10 years from now, just 10 years ago, we were already talking about how fast the world is moving and very specifically how the way we work has changed. And that was 10 years ago. And I remember at the time we were launching this magnificent collaboration suite, which was Google Apps at the time, that maybe a lot of you are using. And at the time, the discussion was about how do we connect our employees to the company. And it was really very much about connecting people, actually, and especially in those industries, like those industries who had a lot of remote workers. So many of these workers we didn't even have an email, actually, and were absolutely disconnected, were on the field and totally disconnected. Think about what is happening now. I mean, what has happened during the past 18 months has enabled the world, actually, not only to connect their employees, but really to making sure that these employees are working together, are collaborating together. And something also which has been very, very new, it was not only about internal communication, but it was really about thinking how from home you could run all your business processes and you could also connect to the external world. External communication was absolutely important. So if there is one thing that we have learned so far, and it's not over by far actually, is that it is super important to enable your teams to work together securely and effectively. So this is really what is driving us at Box, is to figure out how we can help you running that. So now the big question mark is, I mean, this slide is self-explanatory. We are in front of a situation that we have to deal with. And you know, when you have this kind of situation, I mean, of course, you have to take the best of the two worlds, and not a single discussion we are having right now, internally at Box, actually, and with our customers to figure out what's going to be next when it comes to more effectively collaborating internally and externally and running our business model. So if you think about it, if we can leverage the few things, and not that few things, actually, the many things that we have learned from this last 12 years, and I think about few things on top of my head, actually. Think about how many people we have hired, how many talent we have hired in locations that we would never, ever had hired before. Think about how many customers we have met, actually, at the speed of the light. Suddenly, instead of course, traveling, taking a tube, a car, a plane, a train, we were just interacting with some customers. I had the personal experience to meet 6-7 customers a day, where in the past, actually, it was taking me 7 days, actually, to meet these 7 customers. Think about how you've been able to expand your business in some territories, actually, or new markets that you wouldn't have had the opportunity to do before without actually massively investing in creating, for instance, a direct workforce. So it's really time to make some strategic decisions on how we are going to leverage everything we've done in the past to best serve our customers and partners and our business. And I think what we have seen three big trends that has emerged from these past few quarters or years. Number one is not a new one, actually. It's, of course, the ability for the workforce and for the employees to work from anywhere, from any device, at any time. That was already the case, as I mentioned, but working doesn't mean only connecting, actually. It means really collaborating. And this requires a lot of new ways of working. First, it requires the right technology. I mean, you will never do it if your technology is complex. You need a simple technology. You need a technology that is coming from the consumer world, that is intuitive, simple to get trained, simple to use. This is super important. You need a technology that is being enterprise ready. We have heard so much about the shadow IT. That doesn't work anymore. It needs to be secured, and it needs actually to be compliant with all the processes actually that you're implementing in the companies. And easy to learn, of course. The second thing, which to me has been really very transformative, is everything we are doing is digital. No later than 3 days ago, I was visiting actually my sales team, the telesales team, the central telesales team, and I was reviewing the activity, and I was wondering how much we had run this marketing campaign, how many people we have called, and they say, we don't call anymore anyone, actually. We use new tools that help us to digitally get in touch with our partners and with our customers. We are reaching out, of course, with email. We are reaching out with Slack. We are reaching out with the ability to share some documents. We are reaching out with some new processes which are absolutely fully digitalized. And the last one is security. Not a single conversation right now we're having where we don't talk about security. And really, security is not only about securing it's no longer about securing your content the way you did secure in the past. Because think about it. I mean, in the past, everything was centralized. So you had to build 4 big walls. You had to build the best firewall you can find in the marketplace. And to a certain extent, actually, it was covering the requirements in terms of security. This is not working anymore. I mean, with everybody being remotely working from any place, anywhere, with 5 different devices, you have to follow your workflow. You have to follow your processes. You have to follow the data. You have to follow the content. And it's absolutely critical, actually, to making sure that all of this data is being protected not only at rest, but also when transitioning from a system to another one, a device to another one. The other thing which is absolutely critical that we have learned is how much compliance, privacy, trust, and security are utmost important to run your content and your business. So we have seen that across all the different industries. And it's absolutely incredible to see how much the processes, the efficiency, the productivity is improving across the different industries. Think about the life science. I don't know you, but very candidly, we work with companies with AstraZeneca. It's amazing what these companies have done during the past 2 years. It's really about time to market. It's really about accelerating, actually, the delivery, the creation, the delivery of the products, and into the different markets. Of course, the COVID vaccine is probably the best example we have seen over the past 50 years, and how amazing these companies have been able to bring their R&D organizations to build actually the right product, to clinical trial this product, to get the approvals of this product, to get this product to the market, and then to distribute this product. This would never, ever have happened without the digitalization, and we are very proud, actually, to work with those companies. Government is just going through a complete revolution right now. If you think about how the way we enable digital cases through mobile or through different portals, and how they have to protect very sensitive information. I mean, PI, of course, is the biggest, the top priority when it comes to governments, with all the classifications and the permission control, the record retention, and all the e-discovery. So Here again, I mean, not only a government needs to digitize all their processes, but they need also to be extremely reactive. Again, if I take the COVID example, how many times actually we've changed the way we were traveling and we are getting into this country, and all the approval processes, the locator forms, and all the processes that they had to implement, and they had to update every week, every 2 weeks. I mean, everywhere, think about the construction, the way we are building buildings, absolutely it's completely different from anything we have seen in the past, actually. Everything is being digitalized. We have to go through a lot of complexity when it comes to compliance, when it comes to certifications. We have to deliver new services. A building is no longer just stone and brick and mortar. It's really about building the right services and consuming the energy the best way actually you can think about, and really increase productivity when it comes there. Or financial services. Financial services are just changing the way they work and are right now upgrading all their processes, just how to onboard their clients. It has totally changed. I don't know if you've seen that in a relationship with your financial institution, but it's just absolutely a game changer, the way they are onboarding clients. Or how do they secure loans, or how do they collaborate with the regulators, or if you think about investment bankings, we do work a lot also with these organizations to help them optimizing their data rooms, for instance. It's so difficult right now actually to find the right investments or the right company to invest in. Prices are just going to the roof. They have to make very quick and very fast decisions. And they can't make these decisions actually without digitalizing all their processes, whether it's due diligence, contracts, policies, everything that is running across. Last but not least, if I think about the last industry where we do get a lot of traction is media and entertainment. I mean, all the chain has been revisited. It's amazing to see how these people are just building their new films, productions, series actually, managing some very confidential information like everything around the scripts and all the steps of the building of a media product. And if you think about it, actually, I do have a friend of mine who's the CEO of a media company, and they are doing these animation movies. And we work with companies like Pixar. Think about these big Pixar or Disney actually products. They have been built from people working from home in the past 2 years. And when you think about how much volume of data, information sensitivity and security you need to bring to these processes, I mean, there is no way you can do that without a very solid platform that helps you driving this. So the point I want to make here is that content is really at the heart of your business. It's funny because the past 10 years I was trying to explain to my customers and organization that data was at the heart of your business when I was working at Google, and we had this discussion yesterday night during dinner. It's true, but content, I guess, is really the extension of the data. And the good news is that we do have this content pretty much available in the company. The not that great news is that this content is stored in siloed. So it's all over the place. It's absolutely all over the place. Our friends, who are next door actually from Okta, made a survey recently, like a few months ago, and they came with the fact that average number of applications being used in an organization is 175. 175 SaaS applications. And we know that actually it's been 10 years we've been moving actually our application to the cloud, 10 years that we have been implementing some SaaS application to cover the entire spectrum of our content. But the fact and the matter is that you have 175 at minimum average applications running in your organization. And the more you go, the more of these applications you will. And it's probably 100 too many, I don't know, but it's way too many. And this proliferation of application put your content and data really at risk. I mean, it does increase the risk of malware. It does increase the risk of ransomware. But also, it's really a risk when it comes to losing some very critical content that are absolutely necessary for your companies actually to run your business. So what we've seen is the following. If you take the last 30 years, and I'm going to go super quickly here, I mean, a lot of effort have been implemented and funded to manage this content. From the 90s, where companies started to centrally store their content in legacy network systems. So a lot of these file servers still exist in the company, very admin-driven. And then 10 years later, great progress when we started actually to implement some enterprise content management system. But the problem is that these systems, as much as they did provide more features and more security, were very admin-centric, and they were terrible when it came to the user experience for end users. And then we moved to a set of tools that we are all using. I mean, one of the tools here, Google Drive, is something that I've been working personally a lot on. But the fact is, whether you think about OneDrive, Google Drive, or Dropbox, these are great personal productivity tools. It's amazing, actually, when it comes to storing your files, but by no means, actually, it answers the requirements when it comes to compliance and security, and when it comes to scaling your content at the scale of your companies for multi-thousand users. So what is our mission is very clear. We want, actually, to deliver the cloud content platform that will enable you not only to store your information, but to build also the right workflow on top of this information, to secure this information, and also to be able to being used at the user level and not only at the admin level. So, and this is the solution that is being used now by 100,000 customers across the world. Very proud, actually, to work with companies across all the different industries. I mentioned a lot of companies in the life science, like AstraZeneca, or companies like Roche, or in the government, like Medpolis in London. Pfizer also is a customer of us. Across the different segments, we work with small companies, medium-sized companies, or large companies. They all started, actually, the journey to move their cloud into their content into the cloud and benefit from all these processes. We, as a company, are also now being recognized as the leader, whether it's from Forrester or Gartner, or all the analysts actually are ranking us as the leader of this cloud content business. Which is coming from the great experience, actually, that we have implemented into our customers. So just if I think about three stories which I really love. Number one is Medpolis. I love this organization because it's really the example of not that agile, actually, by definition, at the beginning organization. They have a lot of complexity. I mean, a lot of people, 42 organizations, thousands of police people in the street. And they are going through a complete transformation of their business. I mean, just if you think about it, you see this lady, she's carrying a video on her right shoulder. And these people are now equipped with new devices and to dramatically improve the criminal cases and find evidences from all this video and CCTV footage systems. So we are helping, actually, the Medpolis to turn all these video materials into real content in order to dramatically work on this criminal evidences. AstraZeneca is another one. I mean, this is really an industry that is extremely compelling for cloud content, because if you think about the complex processes to bring this product to the markets, between collaboration at the R&D level to marketing these products, they really need actually such a content platform. Or British Telecom. British Telecom is also a very good example of a company that has totally rethought the way they train their marketing organization or their sales organization, enabling thousands of salespeople, delivering some sales kits to improve their efficiency and productivity when it comes to working with their customers. So we have so many of these cases where cloud content is definitely helping these organizations to improve the way they run their business, and they hit their expectation and quotas. So what is a cloud content platform? And I will finish with 2 slides, actually, just to better set the pitch and the presentation. Number one, it's a platform, actually. So, and it helps you to cover every single steps of the content management. So from the moment a file is ingested or created, to when it's edited, it's published, it's approved, it's signed, it's classified, and it is retained. I mean, you know, for instance, a very spectacular launch we have recently done is Box Sign. But Box Sign, by itself, signing a document is not the most difficult thing you need to do. It's really about what is happening before signing this document and what is happening after signing this document. So this is exactly what you need to provide to an organization. It's all this journey. And not only you need to provide actually these different steps, but also you need to making sure that all of this content is protected actually from any unintentional or malicious data breaches that may happen, and it really keeps you compliant to your industry and government regulation. So any kind of content can be ingested and managed by this platform. As I said, it can be either 150 gigabyte media and entertainment file to build a production in the media and entertainment industry, or it can be very, very sensitive information for government industry like the PII. And again, what really our top priority is to making sure that this content is available at scale across the organizations and for your thousands of workers, so that they can really collaborate internally and externally. And if you think about the content life cycle across the different lines of business in an organization, everybody actually is concerned by this. I mean, whether it's marketing, for instance, a lot of marketing departments need this cloud content to accelerate their campaigns with real-time collaborations with their agencies. I talked briefly about sales, but this is a wonderful opportunity for the sales departments to accelerate also their deals with sales kits, enablement program, and an integration with the platform, with platforms like Salesforce. Operations, you can boost the productivity of your operations by giving them an access to the critical SOPs. R&D is absolutely marvelous, because R&D is really the opportunity to work together to improve actually internal communication to bring products faster to the market. HR, needless to say that it's an amazing opportunity to improve the employee engagement, but also to reduce attrition, which might be a challenge nowadays with the industry, which is recovering by really implementing the right culture in your company and the right tools actually to train and to train and enable your people. And finance also, you can really accelerate strategic decisions when it comes to finance by accessing all of these contents within your company. So we are just starting. We've been in the business for 15 years, but I think the cloud content is really just starting. I mean, it's a revolution in the companies. If you think about how many, again, applications you're dealing with in your company, like 175 applications I was thinking about. One thing which is absolutely critical and that I didn't mention is that, of course, the cloud content is connected to all of these applications. We do provide 1,500 connectors to connect to your applications, so that with our APIs, you can redevelop some interactions with these applications, and you can really run your content from your application. I was mentioning Salesforce as an example. This is an amazing use case. How many customers, Salesforce customers, are now connecting the cloud content to Salesforce so that they can access actually to a single platform where everything is secured, everything is classified, everything is organized for their sales organization actually to access the content they need to perform in their business. So this is critical. One single platform to store all your content. You need to protect one platform rather than protecting 175 applications. You need to maintain one platform rather than maintaining 175 applications. Just think about it, and you will solve a lot of problems when it comes to compliance, trust, security. You will solve a lot of problems when it comes to managing the content, the way you need to manage it to help all your organizations, meaning thousands of employees actually, to run their business in a secure platform. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.